Sooner Nation, what is up? Sunday night, the semifinals of the Women's College World Series is set. We have tomorrow at 11 a.m., a time that seems like it's football season in Oklahoma. OU versus Stanford, a rematch. And then we have in the other semifinal matchup, Florida State versus Tennessee. Kind of what we expected on that side, I think, as far as some of us talked about last night. But we're here tonight just to preview the OU Stanford semifinal match that'll take place in a little over 12 hours from now. So, guys, let's start with the pitching matchup on who we think it is that's going to be out there on the mound for each team. Braden, what are you thinking for both sides?
Jordy Ball and the freshman for Stanford.
You think Ball versus Kennedy?
Yes, sir.
Well, here, I'll talk because I don't have a lot of time, but I'll say that I expect Nicole May to be on the mound. It's not a do-or-die situation for OU, so I expect them to take a chance with May. And I do expect Stanford to pitch Kennedy, but the question is how long and how much does she have left in the tank due to her having to start 2 games already for Stanford this College World Series, and also her going the full game. So it'll be interesting to see how Stanford plays that. Do they pull her off for a little bit and put her back in maybe if it's a close game to end it? And also the thing is, I don't think Stanford can keep up offensively no matter what, because Stanford's not a very good offensive team. They're defensively oriented with great pitching with 2 aces. So I think OU should have their way with Stanford. I don't see it being much of a challenge, really.
All right. I am under the opinion that I think Stanford's not going to throw Kennedy first. I think they're going to throw Vol. Is it Vol? Is that how you say it?
Ballmater or something?
What?
I'm not for sure.
I thought it was Vault. VAWT.
Yeah.
I think they're going to throw her and somehow, and if OU throws May, maybe they're going to try to get a 1-0, 2-0, get a lead, and then Kennedy's coming in. That's what I would expect, is something like that. Kennedy's thrown 221 pitches since Thursday, guys.
She can throw all day.
I know.
I do think that they have another good pitcher, but listen, what Jackson said was accurate. They can't score with OU. If OU can put a few runs up, it's probably ball game. And I don't like what Jackson said, though, when he said that the Sooners could take a chance and throw May. Okay? Who's number 2 ERA in the nation? I'm just curious. You guys know?
May?
Oh.
Nicole May.
Oh.
Nicole May. Jordy Ball is 5. Alex Storako is 8 in the country. So let's stop with, if they're going to throw Nicole May out, they may allow a few runs. Nicole May's been great all year. She's second behind Kennedy, okay? Now, I don't know what Gasso's going to do because Jordy Ball just shut Stanford down very easily on that first game, and they aren't a powerhouse offensively. But I think that's why even more so you could definitely throw someone else. And again, I don't know what Gasso's going to go with. Whatever she does, she's going to be right. That's who she is, and I trust her. I will note that JT Gasso was at the game today with the pen and pad and was making a whole lot of notes. So if it's Kennedy, OU's going to be on their game.
Here's the thing, and I think I said Vault earlier. I think it's Vaughter, VAWTER. I think it's Vaughter. I forgot the end of it, but she's one of their. I mean, she's a really good pitcher. But here's the thing. We all know what happens when OU faces a girl for the second time. I mean, historically and through this season for sure, they've kind of dominated that second time they've seen that pitcher. So we'll see. But here's the deal. OU, in that first game, if you were to pitch Ball and lose it, then you're going to go Ball again. So that's why I really think they're going to pitch May, because I don't think they're going to pitch Ball first, because if they were to somehow lose it, then you would have to pitch Ball. You want Ball again for the second game? I don't know. I don't want to see that happen. I think May goes out there and OU tries to get a lead, and then maybe you see Ball in to close it. If they get a lead, I don't know. We'll see. But, Jeremy, you're right. Stanford's not a great offensive team. We saw it today with Washington. That was a close game. But I don't know why it matters. Nothing matters anyway. OU has 10 players on the field, and they have the home field advantage. So why does it really matter? That's what everybody's saying.
Hey, here's one adjustment I expect OU to make. I expect to see Jocelyn Erickson in the lineup tomorrow. Another lefty against Kennedy. If Kennedy goes, I expect to see Erickson in the lineup because lefties and Washington pounded the left side with their batters today. Now, it didn't really help them, but it's definitely easier to hit Kennedy. The numbers, the stats, the analytics, whatever you want to say, show that lefties have a much higher on-base percentage. And if you go back to OU's game, Riley Boone and Jada Coleman were the two girls who got on in that game. So I expect to see Erickson in this game. I don't know who she'll play for. Braden, does she position-wise? I mean, the only thing is she's not a defender, really, right?
Yeah.
I could see her playing too. I mean, you
Maybe
got Torres maybe for
maybe
Torres.
Phil, Jerem.
That's why I'm.
Yeah.
But it'll be very interesting. I think that's so intriguing about this matchup tomorrow is the pitching because Stanford does have two really good pitchers, just as OU does 2 to 3 good pitchers. So it'll be very interesting the strategy behind this. And it's in Gasso we trust, guys. I trust Gasso, which whatever she throws out there. But I listened to the post-game press conference from Stanford today, and they're really excited to be playing another day. Obviously, it's just you wonder. Vaughter, she's a good pitcher, but Kennedy's stuff is so good and dynamic. I think that's what makes her so good is the movement on her pitches. And so I don't know. It'd be interesting. I really do think Vaughter's going to go. I don't think they're going to throw Kennedy first. I think they're going to hope to get a lead and then bring her in. But I mean, otherwise you're looking at probably if you play Kennedy in that first game and you win somehow. Then you're going to go Vaughter, or you're going to go Kennedy back to back. I mean, God, that's a lot. They just played today.
Kennedy is pitching until they lose. She's not sitting.
But there are other pitchers. I mean, right there with Kennedy as far as stats, Jeremy. They're not.
Kennedy's throwing one hitters, dude. Kennedy's not getting sat. She is going to pitch. She's going to ride this thing out. I don't care if it's 500 pitches. This is what you do in the College World Series.
If that's the case, then will OU throw ball? You still think?
Yes.
I think OU starting with May. Trades, what do you think?
I think OU's going to start with May, and if it does somehow happen that they get a big lead or if they start leading the game and taking over, gaining momentum, I think that we'll throw Jordy Ball in.
I don't think the ball will come in at that point if there's a lead. I mean, I think the only way ball's coming is if May's struggling early.
Jerem.
Yeah.
Here's my suggestion. If Nicole May does throw and we have a big lead, I would close it for Stracco.
Yeah, I don't know if we can.
Hey, I think that's the best scenario, and I think that's what's going to happen. OU's not going to get held down to 1 or 2 runs again. I don't care.
I know we're a little different on this one. I know you're thinking big time bats tomorrow, and hey, I get it. As an OU fan, I'd love to see it. I just think this Kennedy and Vaughter. I think now against Vaughter, I think OU could. I think that they would have a little more success, but I still think this game is going to be a game where it's like if May pitches, I think it's going to be something like maybe OU 3-2 or something. I don't know.
Why does everyone think May's automatically going to allow runs? I don't understand.
I don't think that.
Yeah, you just said it'd be 3-2.
Yeah, that's true. I did, but I mean,
if Ball's pitching, are they going to score on Ball?
I don't know. I mean, Ball's pitched great, but I don't know. 3 games in a row, I don't know. Yeah, Jeremy. I mean, hey, the best scenario for OU would be to May go out there and just shut them down. I mean, she's done that all year. She's pitched great, but we have talked about postseason. Let's see what happens. She hasn't really got in. She got in 2 batters last game or 1 batter.
And I think OU, and I think OU's got to be patient at the plate and not chase the high riser. The high riser out of the strike zone, the one that's starting at the chest level.
Easier said than done.
I agree it is, but also when you get a little bit tired, the movement's not going to be there as much. And I expect that if they want to ride Kennedy, she at some point is going to tire out. That's fact. She's not going to have as much movement probably. Fact. And OU will pounce.
Yeah, that's it. And I read something where they thought an article or something about saying that the Stanford might go with Vaughter, and then like I even said, if they get a 1 or 2-0 lead, then bring Kennedy in. But the thing is, OU is they hit you like this, 2 to 3 runs like that. They have the pop that can, back-to-back home runs, and it's 2-0. I mean, it's not like playing Washington or a team that doesn't hit a whole lot of homers where you get 3 or 4 hits in a row and then you see you're struggling. It's something like, you can just get a runner on or get 2 on, and it's 3-run shot, Tiare Jennings, and game over, game, set, match.
Hey,
Hey,
guys, if we hit the ball like we did the other day against Tennessee, then we've got them. Then we've got them. We can
Well,
run.
yeah, and look, I think JT Gasso, I think the Sooners, if they can just lay off the high riser and go with the pitch. But again, she hits the inside part on the righties. She makes it so difficult. Like Tiare Jennings, it was so difficult because it's rising and coming on the hands. But Jada Coleman and Riley Boone, it's on the outside part. Now she was having to come in on the lefties today against Washington because they were sitting on that outside trying to go oppo on that opposite field. So the other thing is it's going to be 90 degrees tomorrow. Okay. It's going to be warm, muggy. If they were to be OU, when is that second game?
I'm not for sure.
I want to say it's 5 o'clock, but let me look real quick. I want to say it's like 5 o'clock.
I don't play 2. I want to play 1, Jeremy.
It's 2:30.
Okay.
It's 2:30, guys.
So it's right after the other one, pretty much.
Exactly. You get a little. That's my point. Okay. It's going to be hot. I don't think there's a chance Stanford, the number 9 ranked team here in this tournament, whatever, is going to upset OU tomorrow. I think OU's rolling. They're going to continue to roll. The bats are going to be hot. They're going to put up runs. They're going to get runners on base. And that's the thing. You get runners on base and cause a little havoc, and then one long ball, this thing's done. Over.
Well,
you can't say that for Stanford.
Jeremy, do you think you've been the one saying OU's going to shut every team out in this series? Do you think they're going to get a shutout?
They're going to shut Stanford out, and then they're going to shut Sandercock out.
Well, I mean,
I think Florida State actually may lose tomorrow, though.
Twice?
Not twice. I think they're going to lose once, but Tennessee's bats can get to Sandercock.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I think, like we talked about, the most intriguing thing is obviously going to be the pitching matchup tomorrow with OU Stanford, and who they're going to throw, who OU's going to throw. You probably ask the OU players, they're like, bring on Kennedy. I mean, I'm sure that's the mindset they have. Bring her on. Let's face her again and take her to the woodshed.
Hey, last time we did this preview, I think Braden and Jackson both picked Jada Coleman as MVP, and she probably was in that game. Unless you want to go with Jordy Ball. So let's throw it out here before we get off here. MVP for tomorrow, Traber. Who's it going to be?
I think it'll
be score prediction.
The score for tomorrow, I think it will be 5-0. And for the MVP, I think I'm going to go with Tiare Jennings.
Braden?
I'm going to predict the score 6-0, and my MVP is going to be Jada Coleman.
Jay?
I'm going to go 2-1 OU, and I'm going to go MVP. Gosh, this is so tough for me on this because on the pitching, it's hard to know who's going to go. I'm going to go Sydney Sanders with the big hit tomorrow.
Okay. I think May's getting the nod. I think OU is going to run rural Stanford.
Wow.
8-0. 8-0. And I would pick Haley Lee, but I'm going to go someone who has been very poor offensively. Grace Lyons is coming out tomorrow with 3 hits, 1 dinger. Sooners win 8-0. Nicole May shuts all the whatever the naysayers are saying, and she's going to have a great game. The Sooners are going to move on to the College World Series, Women's College World Series final against Florida State next week.
Yeah, I think we're all in it. I think Florida State's going to be there, and that'll be a great matchup. So yeah, let's let's hope the 11 a.m. start is good for OU. Sometimes in football, we hate that 11 a.m. start. I hate it tomorrow because I work, as do a lot of people. But
Yeah.
maybe call in sick, guys. I don't know. May have to call in sick. No, I won't. But
No, you're not.
I'll be following it on my phone for sure. But, man, let's get another victory tomorrow. Hey, if it's Kennedy, for a freshman, kudos to that girl. I mean, she's pitched lights out as a freshman. I mean, she's insane. But, we'll see what OU goes with and who they roll out there. But hopefully they get that first one in the books. Don't have to go to the second one. So, everybody, make sure you click the subscribe button that popped up. Please subscribe, like, comment on our videos. We are just big-time Sooner fans. Love to talk softball. So please leave comments. Love to react to your comments as well. And let's get another one tomorrow, guys. Let's get a World Series. Yeah.
What I keep on saying, tomorrow's game day, boys.
Game day, boys.
Game day, boys.
All right.
Boomer.
Boomer.